Good morning from the Evening Standard in London. Lockdown is beginning to slow the spread of COVID in many areas of the country, new research has found. The research, which saw more than 167,600 volunteers tested in England between the 6th and 22nd of January, showed that COVID-19 infections remained very high. 1 in 64 people were infected throughout this time, the study showed. The findings from Imperial College London's REACT study showed infections in England have flattened, but are at their highest level recorded by the researchers. But there was an indication of a decline in the last week of the survey. Cases are decreasing in the capital, in the southwest and southeast, but increasing in the Midlands, researchers said. Boris Johnson has talked up the great benefits of the Union amid the pandemic as he prepares to visit Scotland. The Prime Minister will use the trip north of the border today to argue that the Union has been integral to administering the COVID-19 vaccine in testing and economic support. His visit comes as calls grow for a second independence vote for Scotland. First Minister Nicola Sturgeon is arguing that should her Scottish National Party win a majority at the Holyrood election, currently still scheduled for May, then that would be grounds for a new border poll. AstraZeneca and the European Union have failed to make a breakthrough amid a row over delayed COVID-19 vaccine deliveries. The EU is pushing the company to supply more doses of its vaccine from plants in Europe and Britain after the delivery setbacks were announced. The bloc has demanded access to vaccines being produced in the UK amid frustrations over its inoculation programme. Parts of Britain could be blanketed in up to 7 inches of snow in the coming days, while a band of heavy rain is expected to trigger flooding. Yellow weather warnings for heavy snow have been issued by the Met Office, covering much of Scotland and parts of Northern Ireland. Forecasters said snowy conditions could bring significant disruption to travel across central and northern Scotland. An alert is in place until 9 a.m. tomorrow. Another warning of heavy snow for parts of England covering north of Lancaster, west of Newcastle, is in place until 3 p.m. today. Protesters who dug tunnels under a central London park in opposition to the HS2 rail development last night said they would not be coming out anytime soon. At least 4 activists remained in the 100-foot network of tunnels dug under Euston Square Gardens yesterday evening, despite efforts to evict them. The HS2 rebellion campaigners claimed a small green space outside Euston Station will be built over with a temporary taxi rank before being sold to developers as part of the high-speed rail plans. And finally, Kate Moss and her daughter Lila have walked the catwalk together at a Fendi fashion show in Paris. The pair modelled clothes for the designer's spring-summer show on Wednesday. It is reportedly the first time that supermodel Moss, 47, and her daughter, 18, have appeared on the same catwalk. Lila Moss was pictured wearing a beaded caped dress, while her mother wore a silver satin dress.